They found him by accident, high in the frozen silence of the mountains, where nothing moves and nothing survives for long. A body locked in ice for thousands of years, perfectly preserved as if time itself had forgotten him. And at first it felt like the discovery of a lifetime, a miracle of history, a man from another world finally uncovered, but no one noticed the stillness around him, the unnatural quiet, the way the wind seemed to die the moment they stepped closer and when they pulled him from the ice. Something changed, something subtle, something no one could explain, because the first man who touched the body couldn't stop talking about it, about the feeling that someone was watching him. Even when he was alone, even when he closed his eyes, he said it felt like the past was not gone, like it was awake, and weeks later he was found dead. No clear reason, no warning, just gone, and people called it coincidence. Because that's what people always do. They explain away what they don't understand until it happens again and again, because the second man, the one who studied the body, who spent hours examining every detail, every cut, every frozen inch of skin, he started having dreams, the same dream every night, of a man walking through snow, slowly turning toward him, his face hidden, his presence heavy, and he would wake up sweating, heart racing, convinced that something had followed him back. And not long after, he too was dead, sudden, unexplained. And now people started whispering, quietly at first, then louder, about a curse, about something ancient that should have never been disturbed. But the research continued, because curiosity is stronger than fear, because humans believe they are in control. And one by one, the people connected to the discovery began to fall. Accidents, illnesses, strange circumstances that didn't make sense. And each time, there was always that same detail, that same uneasy feeling reported before it happened. The sense of being watched, of not being alone, of something standing just out of sight, waiting. And those who saw the body up close said there was something wrong with it. Not physically, not something you could measure or prove, but something deeper, something in the way it felt, like it wasn't just a body, like it was holding on to something that refused to stay buried. And the more they studied him, the more it felt like they were not discovering the past, but waking it up, disturbing something that had been silent for a reason. And then came the final case, the man who had nothing to do with the original discovery, just a journalist, curious, skeptical, determined to prove that the curse was nothing more than myth. He traveled to see the body, to stand in front of it, to prove to himself that there was nothing there, no presence, no fear, just history frozen in time. But when he stood there, looking into the empty eyes of a man who had been dead for thousands of years, something shifted, a feeling he couldn't describe, a sudden, overwhelming awareness that he was not the one observing, but the one being observed. And for a moment, just a moment, he thought he saw something change, not movement, not life, but awareness, as if the silence itself had noticed him. And he left, shaken but unwilling to admit it, telling himself it was nothing, just his imagination, just the power of suggestion. But days later, he called a friend, his voice different, quieter, telling him that the feeling hadn't gone away, that it was still there, that every time he was alone, he felt like someone was standing behind him, just out of view, breathing slowly, waiting. And then the call ended, and he was never heard from again. And now the body remains where it is, studied, observed, protected, but never truly understood. And people still visit, still look, still try to uncover its secrets. But those who know the story don't stay long, because whether you believe in curses or not, whether you think it's coincidence or something darker, there's one thing no one can explain, one thing that keeps repeating, a pattern that refuses to break. Because everyone who got too close, everyone who looked too deeply, everyone who tried to uncover what should have remained hidden, didn't live long enough to tell the full story. And maybe that's the real warning, not written, not spoken, but understood, that some things are not meant to be found. And once you do, it's already too late.